Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Context Machine, episode number 709. I'm Bryan Chaffin.
And I'm Jeff Gamet. And Bryan, I'll point out that if you take 709 and flip it upside down, you get next door to the House of Law. Also, we have a website, contextmachine.io.
I don't want to encourage you, but that was...
I know you don't. And yet, I could hear you fighting back the laugh.
Well, that's so ridiculous.
Which could also be just a, like a
sleep apnea thing? Yeah, that's fair. Let's go with that.
Sleep apnea. That's okay. That's way better than a defensive reaction. You know, like when people see something absolutely horrible and they start laughing because they don't know what else to do.
Uh-huh.
I was afraid that's what you were trying to stifle.
Yeah. Speaking of horrible and not knowing what else to do, you can also use contextmachine.io to reach out to us. Or you can find us on Mastodon at Context Machine, on Blue Sky at contextmachine.bsky.social. You can find us on Threads now at Context Machine Podcast. And then you can even email us at podcast at contextmachine.io.
You can. Also, you can be super excited like I am that our sponsor today is Framer.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to tell you more about them later in this show.
Awesome. Yeah. Speaking of awesome, Bryan, are you aware that we now have a newsletter?
Yes,
to go
I
along
am.
With our podcast?
We have sent out 2 issues of our newsletter.
Wait, so you're telling me that there's people that have already missed out on 2 issues of our newsletter?
And worse, there are people who have gotten both issues.
Okay. I'm just going to say that in the most recent newsletter that went out, it was kind of like there was some foreshadowing what to expect in today's episode.
Yeah, and there was also a picture of me with Bob Levitas,
which was super cool.
Yeah, thanks.
For those of you that are hooked and you're thinking, Jeff, tell me more. Here's all you need to do. Go to our website, contextmachine.io. There's a newsletter thing in the menu bar at the top. Just click it and you can sign up. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, we'll send you out the newsletter once a week. You'll also get show notes delivered to your email eventually. We're getting serious about the show, but we're going to take it one step at a time.
Well, we have to pace ourselves.
Yeah.
But as long as we're talking about the newsletter, we got a comment from Barry.
Mm-hmm.
He was very impressed with the newsletter.
Oh, thanks. That's good.
And Dave Ginsburg, the host of In Touch with iOS, he told me that he really liked it too.
Oh,
so
that's lovely.
People that have a refined sense of taste are enjoying the newsletter. So thank you to everyone that has already signed up, and preemptively thank you to everyone that's about to sign up.
Yes, thank you very much for everyone who's about to sign up, and we'll tell you about YouTube later in the show because I feel like we need to pace ourselves, as you said.
We do, I hate it when we just come out the chute with a show and we get like 2 minutes in and I've already got that stitch in my side.
All right. Well, speaking of stitches, one of my excellent segues. This is my second excellent segue of the show. We've got a tale of 2 pins.
We do.
So let's start with the El Cheapo. I'm sorry.
The one that you called a monstrosity. What is wrong with you?
I'm a jerk. Are you just now meeting me?
Oh, hi, Bryan. I'm Jeff.
Nice to meet you, sir. No, all right. So seriously, we have a tale of 2 pins today, completely out of the blue. This was not planned in any way whatsoever, but Jeff and I both got new pins, and we're going to start with the one you got from AliExpress. Is that right?
Yes, and I think we may have mentioned it in passing a couple episodes ago. But yes, it arrived, and it's a Jinhao 159. And
that rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, well, I've seen the names of some of the pens coming out of China, and this one.
Don't they speak English there?
On the tongue. Okay, everyone. Whatever Bryan says does not reflect the views or opinions of the Context Machine.
Well, okay, I was absolutely channeling jerks when I said that. That's to be fair.
And the comic timing was excellent.
Excellent. Thank you.
Anyhow, but at least it gets better, Bryan, because I have the Jinhao 159.
Yeah.
There's a Jinhao 159X. And that's the I don't want to call it lower quality version of this pen, but it's the one that uses less expensive materials to manufacture. Because this one is actually a metal body, and it's lacquered.
Huh. Okay. So first of all, I did solve. I solved a mystery from our pre-show conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're looking at the AliExpress listing for this page. FYI, links in the show notes. You can see it yourself. So, do you remember that I said that I had one price and you were seeing another price?
Yes,
it's because I wasn't actually clicked on the purple pen. I was clicked on the white pen, which is $3.78.
Oh, and I bet now you're seeing $5.93.
Yes, I am. So they're not doing dynamic pricing like I thought, which is good. But regardless, I mean, I cannot imagine how they can make this pen for this little money. I mean, like, listen, folks, if you've been listening to us go on and on and on and on and on, as we are wont to do, about fountain pens, but you've never had any interest in spending $100 or $80 or $70 or $400 or $1,000 on a fountain pen, you can buy a fountain pen from AliExpress here for $5.93.
Yeah, and that includes shipping, which is crazy.
Yeah, that is literally. I cannot imagine how that's actually possible unless it's being subsidized.
I have no idea. I mean, if you go and look for the same pen at another pen retailer like Goulet Pens or Amazon even, you're going to be paying $12 or $13,
which is also stupid.
Which is still crazy cheap. I mean, when I decided that I needed to figure out if I really wanted to start investing time and energy in fountain pens, because I had several, but I didn't know anything about them, I went to the local paper and pen store in Boulder, Two Hands Papery, and I bought it's the Pilot Kakuno. It's like a $15 pen.
Yeah.
And it's a really great starter pen. And so that's just a plastic body with a stainless steel nib and just pop a cartridge in and away you go. And yeah, that cost me like $13. And here I've got this metal body pen with a converter built in. And with shipping, now, of course, when I bought it, because their prices do fluctuate a lot, it was like $6.80 shipped. And now you can get the same pen, at least as of recording time, $5.93.
And that is a welcome deal. New shoppers save $7.47, $13.40 regularly priced. I'm not an AliExpress customer.
Well, okay, so the pricing for stuff like this, you're never going to pay $13.40 for this pen on AliExpress, no matter how hard you try.
Right.
And I have an AliExpress account. I bought stuff occasionally over the years, so I was not a new shopper. and I still paid under $7 shipped for the pen.
Right. Okay. That's good to know.
Anyhow.
So tell us about inking it. So we do have a lot to talk about today. So tell us about inking it and whether or not you like it.
Okay. So inking it, this has a converter built in. So that means you stick the tip of the pen into an ink bottle and you twist the dial at the end of the converter tube, and it sucks ink up into the pen. And so I sucked in just enough ink to be able to write with it for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And because I didn't want to like fill the whole thing up and then be committed to using it for weeks if I didn't like it. And anyhow, so I put the same ink in this that I have in my Pilot Vanishing Point, which is Ishizuku Takasumi. And Takasumi is the color, it just means black. And I love the ink, and this pen writes really nice. I was completely blown away by it. So it's a Jinhao nib on the pen. So it would equate to like a medium nib. And so it's a little bit thicker line because it's a medium nib, but it is shockingly smooth. It writes really well. Now, if I let it sit for a day without doing any writing and I leave it laying on its side, it'll skip a little bit right at the beginning, and then it gets back into smooth writing again. If this was even a $50 pen, I would complain about the skipping. But at the price point that this pen comes in at, skipping a little bit,
it was
no big deal.
If it was a more expensive pen, it probably wouldn't do the skipping.
Exactly, which is why if it did, I would complain.
Right. So if you're interested in fountain pens after, especially because, because we've made you interested in them, this is a way to dip your wick.
Yes. It is a little bit fatter body. You can write with it posted or not. Posted means you take the cap off the nib and then stick it on the tail end of the pen. But for the price point, and holy crap, it's a metal body pen, lacquered metal body pen.
All right, that's good.
And it turns out the purple that I bought or chose that color on a whim, it's just absolutely delightful. Who would have thought that I would get excited about a pen that's just like this deep purple color? But there you go.
Deep purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So now can we talk about the cool pen?
Let's talk about the pen that comes at a higher price point.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So a buddy of mine sent me. This was a week ago on Saturday. It arrived the day I left for Spokane, and I didn't get to ink it before I left, unfortunately, but I have inked it since I got back. He sent me a fountain pen out of the blue, and it's my buddy Mark and one of my high school friends, and actually middle school friends, or junior high as we called it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he sent me this pen, and it's freaking gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It is. I don't know if it's the smoky blue maple. I think it's actually the blue burl fountain pen. Anyway, this is a pen made locally in Pennsylvania, and my buddy
cool.
apparently
by what company?
By Ink and Timber Pens. Ink and Timber Pens.
Okay.
Ink and timberpens.com. And he makes several pens, but this one in particular is it's a wooden pen. So it's a wooden body, and he's doing some kind of technique where he's exposing. He takes the wood. I think he subjects it to a vacuum, and then when he lets out the vacuum, the wood essentially soaks up all the dye that he has also added to the environment. And so he's able to basically infuse this wood with this dye. And so this is it's a wooden pin. It has wooden, it has metal elements, and it's just gorgeous. And I've inked it, and it writes really, really well, really smoothly. It is glorious. I love it. I'm super excited about it. And he has lots of other gorgeous pens too.
He does. Yeah.
Oh, and this one is I think it's the blue burl fountain pen. It's $125. And the if it's not, it's the smoky blue maple burl pen. And I don't know. I'm going to ask my buddy, but I don't know which it is. But I do think it's the other one. But that one's in between 85 and 100, which is in and of itself a very inexpensive price for a locally made wooden pen.
Yet, seeing how these pens are made, I'm having a really hard time understanding. It's actually, I'm having the same problem with price on this one as I do with the Jinhao that I bought off of AliExpress. How can you sell a pen at this low of a price point for what it is?
Yeah, and to be fair, the components of this pen, all the components of this pen are. I'm not trying to ding Jeff's pen. I'm actually making just a qualitative comparison. The components on this pen are all of a much higher quality than.
Oh, of course they are. Yeah. So the part where I feel like we can do a better comparison with these two pens is, how does it feel when they write?
Yeah.
So they're both stainless steel nibs.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean the nibs are the same. So the nib in mine, it's a stainless steel nib. Jinhao makes their own nibs, to the best of my knowledge. And the nibs in the ink and timber pens are Jowo. And this is so you have a medium nib. I have a medium nib.
Yep.
My pen nib is manufactured in China. Yours is manufactured in, I believe it's manufactured in Germany.
Yeah.
It's a German nib. So I'm assuming they're made in Germany as well.
I believe that's the case. And, all of the other pen elements that make up the body, in addition to the wooden part of the barrel, they're all this pen has a very lovely weight to it.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, it's great. It writes really smoothly, really, really smoothly. I haven't had it inked for more than a day, so I can't compare it. We'll try to remember to mention that in the next week's show.
Yeah, and I just realized I need to explain something that I mentioned before we move on, so people know what it means. I said the pen skips a little bit, the Jinhao. If I haven't used it for like a day, that means that the ink in the nib is drying out some.
Yeah.
So my assumption is that if the pen were to sit unused for like 3 days, I would probably have to clean the nib so that I could get the ink to flow again.
Right.
And I'm assuming that on your pen, we'll know more in a few days. If you let it sit flat for 24 hours and pick it up and start writing, it's probably not going to skip.
Right. It certainly shouldn't. So that is our tale of two pens. We both like our pens, and they are, from different spectrums of the pen world, and that's great. And this ink and timber pens makes a really high quality product, and they're just not as expensive as they could be. They're certainly not as expensive as many other handmade wooden pens that I've seen.
I agree. And what I'm hoping is that when I go to the Denver Pen Show this fall, or Colorado Pen Show, I forgot what they call it. Oops. Oh, well. Anyhow, when I go to the pen show in Denver this fall, I'm hoping Ink and Timber is there so I can try their pens.
Yeah, fair enough. But by the way, as I was inking this pen, I got ink all over my fingers. And I was thinking, like, as much as we romanticize these fountain pens, and you and I certainly romanticize, I definitely romanticize them. I'm prone to romanticizing anything that I like. And I feel like you also romanticize these pens.
I to a degree, yeah. Although they've become my daily drivers. I use fountain pens just as the same I would use any other ballpoint, roller ball, gel pen, whatever.
Right. Fair enough. But as much as I in particular romanticize these pens, it is very, very easy to be quickly reminded of how ballpoint pens utterly overcame the fountain pen world. But from the fact that, I've got ink all over my fingers because I was not careful when I was inking it up.
Yeah. No, I get it. I often have ink stains on my fingers, which I wear as a badge of honor. But yeah, the convenience and the price point for ballpoint pens, I mean, like when the Bic pen came out, that completely changed the handwriting market for the whole world.
It did. All right. So apparently we have a little bit of Apple news we need to get to too. Oh, no, wait. But first, I should tell you about Framer, shouldn't I?
I would love to hear more about Framer.
Well, all right. Framer is an enterprise-grade, no-code website builder used by teams at companies like Perplexity and Miro to move faster. It gives designers and marketers the ability to fully own your .com without relying on engineers. With real-time collaboration, flexible CMS with everything you need for SEO, and hosting and security ready for scale, Framer makes it possible to design, ship, and manage high-quality enterprise sites. Your marketing website sets the tone for your brand and is the one touch point every single one of your customers has. If you still struggle to make small changes and simple updates, you're leaving opportunity on the table. That's why so many companies, from early stage startups to Fortune 500s, are turning to Framer, the website builder that turns your .com from a formality into a tool for growth, helping businesses build websites faster. Framer is an enterprise solution with premium hosting, enterprise-grade security, and 99.99% uptime SLAs that give the world's leading brands like Perplexity, Miro, and Mixpanel the confidence they need to build their websites in Framer. So you can learn how you can get more out of your .com from a Framer specialist or get started building for free today at framer.com/TCM for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/TCM for 30% off. One more time, framer.com/TCM. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Wow. Thank you, Framer, for being our sponsor.
Yes, we very much appreciate it, and we would like you to check them out. So the other news we have, apparently Tim's stepping down.
Tim stepping down. Tim Apple.
Yes, Tim Apple. Tim Apple is going to step down in September, or actually he's going to step up.
Oh, yeah.
Technically.
Yeah. You're right. Technically, he is stepping up. Yeah. He's moving from CEO to executive chairman of the Apple board of directors.
And he'll be replacing non-executive chairman Art Levinson, who has been the non-executive chairman for like 15 years. And Mr. Levinson will be becoming the chief director, I think, or head. I can't remember. I've got this somewhere. Yay me. But he will be, I'll clean this up. Levinson. The lead independent director. That's what that's what Art Levinson will become. And in the meanwhile, John Ternus is being bumped up to the CEO desk also in September.
Okay. Well, congratulations all the way around. Okay. So for me, Tim's announcement totally makes sense. I mean, for the timing, because we got through WWDC and now we have, no, we didn't. We got through 50th anniversary. WWDC is coming up.
Yeah.
So drop that between that and make the announcement. So then this fall, when the traditional fall announcements happen, that will all be a John Ternus thing as opposed to a Tim Cook thing.
Yes.
So yeah, no surprise. But at the same time, I really thought that that Tim announcing that he's stepping away from the CEO role, if it happened this year, would be a first quarter 2027 thing, which would mean October, November, December of this year.
Right. Well, no, you're right, because this will be in the fourth quarter. September is still the fourth quarter for Apple.
Yeah.
Apple's fiscal fourth quarter. And so I was definitely wrong when I said that I feel like he's going to want to roll out one more big product line. Unless something happens at WWDC, which I doubt, it seems like that was a wrong instinct on my part.
I accept your apology.
Okay, no, you have it.
So, okay. Here's my take on big product announcements. Now that we know the timing, if there's a big product announcement that they were planning on doing this year and it hasn't happened already, they are now pushing that off to be a thing that John Ternus gets to announce. So one of the first things he will do as CEO is announce the big new thing, and then that becomes a John thing. As opposed to a Tim going out the door thing.
That's fair. I don't think there will be a huge new product rollout this year. We don't have any
unless Apple surprises us with the robot thing, the desktop robot, and it actually gets announced this year.
That's true. We have a surprising lack of the usual rumor indicators for that product imminently shipping.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't feel like we've got a major new product. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tim is overseeing the Apple Watch, Apple Vision Pro, Apple TV as a service, all of the various Apple services, and there was a third, and AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right?
Oh, wow. No, I don't remember. What year did AirPods originally come out? If only I had a tool at my fingertips that could tell me that.
Apple Watch. All right. So this is from Apple's press release. Tim Cook joined in 1998. He became CEO in 2011 and has overseen the introduction of numerous products and services, including new categories like Apple Watch, AirPods, and Apple Vision Pro. I feel like Steve was here for AirPods, though.
Well, only if he was still CEO in September of 2016.
That's when AirPods came out?
AirPods, first generation. They were announced September 2016 and shipped in December of that year.
Man, time does weird things to one's memory. So we've got Apple Watch, AirPods, Apple Vision Pro,
HomePod,
iCloud. Let's not forget iCloud services, Apple Pay, Apple TV, and Apple Music. Those were all introduced under Tim's watch as CEO.
So yeah, there's a lot that came out. AirPods Max.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
No, I didn't. But I think that would be listed under AirPods. That would be included in AirPods.
Okay. So fair enough. Yes. There's more audio stuff that happened under Tim Cook's watch than I realized.
Right. All right. So here's the most important thing. Now, I am sure if you're listening to the show, you have probably seen or read or heard a lot of commentary on Apple and this changeover. The most interesting aspect of this to me, though, is that Tim Cook is doing what Steve Jobs said needed to be done and failed to do. And that's put a product person in charge of Apple. And I've been thinking about this since Steve complained about Steve Ballmer. I think he was talking about Steve Ballmer as CEO of Microsoft. He said that look at a company like Microsoft. They've greatly expanded their revenues and profits, but this is what happens when you put when you don't have a product guy, as Steve put it, in charge of a company, of a tech company. So he was saying that you need to put a product guy in charge of the company, and then he put an operations guy in charge of his own company, Tim Cook.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that while Steve was saying, yeah, you don't want an operations guy running your company, you want the product guy running your company, at the same time, he understood that at different points in a company's evolution, you do need different types of leaders. And so Steve, he was the product guy, and he ushered in the golden age of Apple products, because look what came out after he returned to Apple. It's just like down the line, just amazing products. But then you hit a point where and it works like this in any project. You have someone that has the skills to lead for whatever the current status is. Then the next person who has the skills to lead for the next phase needs to take over. And so the phase that they needed after Steve was the big growth phase. And now we've done that, and now we can start the next phase again, which is interesting new products, which is not to say that AirPods and Apple Watch are not interesting. But if you have one leader who leads in only one way, that leader will not be as effective when you hit a phase where it needs a different type of leadership. So I think Tim was the right leader at the right time, although it would have been longer before he got that position if it hadn't been, if Steve hadn't gotten cancer.
Thanks for playing.
I'm sorry. It sounds like you have a hairball.
No,
do you need a drink of water?
Yes, I do. But I feel that the breakdown of Steve to Tim isn't along the lines that you're describing. I understand where you're coming from, but I think that it really comes to, so do you remember the last Mac stock that I attended, and my presentation was like basically Tim Cook's the one guy that could take over from Apple.
Yeah,
from
I do remember that.
So I feel like Steve chose Tim because Tim was the person who could successfully navigate the Steve's death. That he could both oversee Steve's way, the Apple University concept, that he could both oversee that becoming further embedded in the company without it just coming from the top down, and yet could also not be slavishly devoted to what would Steve do. And I think that's why Tim Cook was chosen by Steve. Those two reasons.
I accept your apology.
Nope, that's not at all what you said.
It's the right leader at the right time to take over the next phase, whatever that is. And that sounds a lot like what you just described.
Yeah, but I gave it specifics, so thank you very much, sir.
Well, between us, then, I think we did an amazing job of validating Tim Cook as Apple's leader over the last 15 years.
Yeah, so that's all been fine and dandy. And Tim has done these things, right? He has, though I think the company has struggled a little with the Apple University concept as it has grown from this, tiny scrappy company that was operating like a startup to this, very large $4 trillion company.
Mm-hmm.
While Tim has done a good job with this, he has never been a product guy, and I think that is best illustrated by the keynotes. The keynote events, the product launches. Tim will, basically come out with some introductory statements, and then he leaves it to the product people to actually truly introduce the products. And, kudos to him for getting out of the way. But I am excited that we will have a product person in charge of Apple again. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of Apple's products. For getting to this point.
I'm with you. And when I look at what we have in Apple's product evolution since Tim took over, I feel like there's been a lot of stuff that's really great. But at the same time, I feel like there are places where the Apple experience has degraded over the years. And I'm feeling, at least today, optimistic that with John Ternus taking over the helm, we're getting that hardware guy back in, that those places where Apple's user experience quality has been declining, that will change and it will start improving again.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And Tim, for the record, Tim will stick around to basically
rub elbows with politicians.
Right. That's much better than what I was going to say.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So he'll basically be around to hobnob with the Chinese and grease wheels and do that stuff as the executive chairman. And yeah, so he's not going away, but I do suspect that just like he was not slavish to what would Steve do, I don't think he'll be a what would I do guy. I feel like he can probably get out of the way. Now, I've never worked with him. Mm-hmm. I've never seen him working with his executives, but I do feel like I don't see Tim as being the kind of person who's like, is that really what you want to do, John?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I have a feeling that Tim will do just what you described. He'll let John run the company the way John wants to run it. But if he sees a place where he thinks that John is making a really, really bad decision, instead of being like, is that really where you want to go? He's going to show up in John's office and it will be quite a stern discussion. I have heard that when Tim gets upset, that people don't want to be around him.
Yeah, that's fair. And the other thing is that by sticking around as the non-executive chairman to be there to basically kowtow to the Chinese, it will let John step into that role of CEO. You know, so basically John will be able to concentrate on the products while Tim is still, you know, kowtowing to the Chinese and to the whatever administration is in power in the US.
And don't forget about the EU and India and South America and wherever.
Right. Yeah. So Apple's supply chain is one of their most important products. We've talked about it a little bit in the past where, Apple's supply chain is a modern miracle that hardly ever gets talked about.
And Tim Cook has been very instrumental in making that modern miracle happen.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think we can both safely say that while I am the more correct, we're both excited about John Ternus. I like how I present that as if you're going to go, yeah, you're right, Brian.
when in reality, what I'm thinking is, you know, at least your dog loves you.
Well, that's true. Ichabod does love me, despite me taking him on that road trip. He was not at all happy to be in the car for 2 days.
Yeah, but you know, later on in life, he'll be like, you know, Dad, that trip did suck. Oh wait, no, I was thinking he would say, I'm glad we did that. It was a good experience, but he's a dog, so probably not.
No, probably not. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to tell you about our YouTube channel.
Ooh.
At Context Machine Show. YouTube.com/@ContextMachineShow. There's no content up there yet, but there will be soon. So if you want to follow us, we're going to be posting our shows on YouTube, and we'll be doing some shorts and things like that. So, you know, sign up early. Get ahead of the pack. Because we don't want to crash YouTube.
Well, we kind of do.
Yeah. Shh. But anyway, yeah. So at Context Machine Show, and and that's it for this week's Context Machine. If you have anything to you know what, we should also mention that our newsletter is called Inside the Machine.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So go to our site, contextmachine.io, click on the newsletter link, sign up. We would love to have you in. Yeah, we would love to have you subscribe to that. If you have anything to comment on that or question, you can write us at podcast@contextmachine.io. Our bandwidth is provided by CacheFly. The bass is by Dr. Broom, recorded just for this show.
And hey, thank you to Framer for being our sponsor this week. Also, everyone, I'm speaking at Max Stock this year in July. So come hang out and we'll have a great time. And I have a discount code for you. Discount code is DigiWizard. That's going to get you $50 off your pass.
Oh, that's cool. So hold on, that's DigiWizard. And that's your coupon code.
That's my coupon code. So when you use that, everyone knows that that you heard about it from me. So totally use my code.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. All right.
And tell your friends to use the code too.
Yeah. Tell everybody. Let's make Max Stock a big thing. It is a big thing.
It is a big thing.
Yeah. I'll just take that out. Top men. Top freaking men.